はい、どうも。それでは今日はウォーフレーム続きいきたいと思います。続きというかクエストですね。久々に進めようかなと思ってます。壁の中のささやき。ロイドは奇妙な夢に悩まされており、あなたに何か見せようとしている。ついに一段落ついたと思う。やっていこうかな。
My lonely vigil is over. Allow me to know, and on no account wake the family. Despite their conflicts, they
彼
sleep
らは
in
平穏に
peace.
眠っていますが、一人の夢が私につき
A
まといます。
solitary dream plagues me.
一家を絶対に起こしたのね。
You must understand.
建造物
Constructs
に夢を見ることは
cannot
不可能で
dream.
す。それでも私
And
は
yet,
夢を見
I
ます。
have. In my dream, one single name
Karimas.
repeats.
私の夢では一つの名前が繰り返す。来とる。
The memory surface.
長い間
Long
封じられ
away.
た記憶が浮か
This
び上がっ
was
てく
no
る。
dream,
夢で
Tenno.
はなかったので
It
す。
was a precept.
それは命令で
The
す。カリモ
Kalimos
スシークエンス。
sequence. must fulfill this
私
dormant
はこの2
precept.
発の命令を果たさない
The
と
Kalimo
シークエンス
sequence
起動体
has
に後戻り
begun,
することはできません。
and it cannot be undone.
扉を組む。なんか調べれる。これクソ長いやつじゃん。
Zata. Truth. It began long before us. We who now live our perfect and dull, endless lives. It began long before these moon palaces and body markets hurling around our golden sun. It began long before our light coil thinkers, our radiation wars, our oil smoke. It began with us, the continuity and its twin, wanderlust. The need for unseen shores deep in our marrow. No judge, jester, queen, or king can escape this old blood. We are nomads, eternal. And when no ocean, mountain, or sky could contain us, our gaze hungered starward. Afar, they mocked us with their brittle light, winking and jeering like dangling iotons, forever out of reach, illuminating the truth. Immortal as we are, we die with the sun. That's where I come in.
はあ、じゃあ
Jahu, form.
型
My departure was a day less than any other. When I stepped inside the bell, I saw no crowd through its seriglass, no skeptical onlookers, no regal send-off. They all had given up on me and my paradoxical formulations. The wasted years have all shown the void to be just that. Nothing. No energy, no entanglement, no form. To spacefaring ambitions, a dead end. On the day, my laboratory was mostly vacant of witnesses, most of all of expectation. Only my sluggish attendants, my sagacious Kavat, Kalimos, and of course my daughter. I had raised her alone, but with inconsistent vigor. In those eyes, her mother's, I did see a terrible reflection of a man that did not exist. A brave and principled man about to make history. In truth, he was a void himself, an outcast, a joke, a nothing. Driven by my humiliation, failure had made me bitter and reckless. I would dive into the depths myself to prove them all wrong. I gave the signal. My daughter grasped the lever. Kalimos then belted out a desperate, rasping growl. But it was too late.
なんかの研究をして失敗したってことか？
Vorm. Order. The calipers yawed open the wall between worlds Stretching there a black trapezoidal gap, a door, a mouth. It yawned in the light of the room, splintering it to mesmerizing, unearthly hues. And I, inside the bell, dropping obliquely toward it from my gallows, mass and time rippled as a sudden vortex jawed before me. My head was vapor, my feet lodestone. The bell around me flexed like a rat paralyzed in a winding, gulping snake. I faltered in the awe of it, stumbling against the ceraglass, and with that shifted the bell's path through the wall. It grazed the caliper membrane, the edge of the door. No worldly edge was as thin, as sharp as could split even light. As the bell faintly grazed it, the ceraglass was all at once rendered like strips of flesh by Dax's blade. My enclosure was beheaded in an instant, but still, I fell sideways into the void.
ボイドに穴開けたってことね。はいはい。で、落ちていった。
Thus,
ファースト。
chaos. Death was on me, I was certain. I was face down, eyes clenched, my heart pulsing the last of its seconds, and my lungs burning the last of its air. A sudden nostalgia gripped me. I grasped desperately for memory of a storm just past, the fumbling pitch of a child's song. Yet all these thoughts seemed to steal away from my mind like smoke through a vent. I would die empty. I then became aware of another sensation, physical, a web of pain, needles itching into my arm. At once I realized I was alive. Laying in the bell's shattered ceraglass, I groped the ground, warm stone. The floor of my laboratory. So, I had never left. And so, I had failed. Again. I heard a crunch alongside me. Someone stepping through the shattered glass. With great shame, I gasped and rose my head to face my daughter above me. But as I opened my eyes, it wasn't her. It was me.
I have one responsibility in the Kalino sequence. Awaken the sleeper. But I cannot do it alone. Please, assist me once more.
はいはい、いいですよ。じゃあこれ。
Riss, light.
その意味不明。
The senselessness of it, the paradoxic, the vague, untimed form. I was alone, but not. For I stood there confronted by myself, a twin but no brother, a reflection but with dimension. Behind him, no horizon but a vast broiling sea of caustic light pierced at random by black pin stars, and closer, around me, a gale of flowing vapor, profane in color, billowing relentlessly into the nascent lack, seeking all directions. I was standing on a precipice of familiar stone, jagged and unanchored as though cleaved directly from the very floor of my laboratory. I wondered at the vapor's path, smoking outward more, leaving behind now the walls, the filigree gold, the rare cuts of marble from my home. I knew at once the vapor's source. I turned away, back toward the wall, the trapezoid I had yawed into it. Vapor erupted inward at the gap, but not just from there. For as I rolled my eyes back, I saw the same. A great steam of scintillation smoking out from my skull. Dumb in awe, I faced toward my chimerical twin. He spoke. Kra. Time. An old name, unspoken in the centuries since my mother reared me. A soft hiss, soothing as a viper's
その人が
gaze.
私に手を差し出し、動く
Little
なんか近づい
Bengal.
てきた。
The other me reached out, offering his hand, gliding toward me without moving, as though the distance between us was now collapsing. A confusion, most euphoric, filled my mind. With the shred of wit that remained, I decided that I should run for my life. At once, crazed and frantic, I fled. But I made no forward progress. Instead, the world compressed ever more around me, as though I were an anchor pulling the shore to
私は
reach.
扉にたどり着いた時、いや、
When I arrived at the door, or rather, the door arrived at me, I howled, hurling myself inside, out, and then and there I was, lost and unlost, howling on the floor in harmony with my wretched Kalimos, lacerated in flesh and heart, scattered as the bell glass, spilling blood and stomach on the cold stone floor. But I sensed the other there, at the wall's breach behind me, reaching still.
背後の壁の
I
先に
screamed, but my voice was
声
gone
が出なかった
forever. I looked, but my eyes would never see
もう
again.
二度と見ることは
I swept my fist across the floor, snatching broken shards, and in gripping tightly, I filled my hands with ink.
閉じろと書き
Close it, I wrote.
なんか右下のこれが閉じろになってますけど、
Netra. Decay.
ねと
Time
我々は
to
時間をほと
us
んど超越
is all but conquered. Our sacred kuva moves us on to new skin. We numb to our daily, yearly
地に
trifles
低い陰惨な記憶
and remedy those memories that bring lasting misery. With all our misdeeds, our excess, our indignity, we are haunted by nothing.
悩ますことはない
But not for me.
だから私
For
たち
with
は
each
日々
passing day,
それは主要
there
な
grew
ように
within a tumorous idea. It was minute in those early days, the pale reaching digits severed on the floor, studied with reverence, with greed, and it swelled larger in the latter days. The regal domes, the rail dedications, the unholy Zariman parade. I had put the stars within reach,
私は星々に手を
but
取
at
ったよう
what
に
cost?
対価に
I never spoke of
私は
him,
決して彼
that
壁の中に
man
囚われた
trapped
男
in the
の
wall.
口にしなかった
And while there have been countless souls who have followed me through with their light skippers and field wave skins and very-eyed instruments, not a single one ever saw him.
だから誰一人として彼を目にしない
And so it is that I will not take the kuva now, or ever again.
そしてもう二度と
This is the last skin I'm in.
これが私の最後の
Because of
肉
this
体
idea
つまりこの
that I cannot be sure that in all that smoked commotion, in all that panic and fear, in that bending light and blinding dark, was it I who escaped, or the other? Loke, void. From brooding gulfs are we beheld by that which bears no name. Its heralds are the stars it fells, the sky and earth aflame. Corporeal laws are unwrit as suns and love retreat. To cosmic madness, laws submit, though stalwart minds entreat. In luminous space, blackened stars they gaze, accuse, deny. Roiling, moaning, this realm of ours in madness lost shall die. Carrion hordes trill their profane accord with eldritch plans. To cosmic forms from tangent planes, we end as we began.
知的やねまあいいさ要するに壁の向こうで何か見たってことでいいんじゃないの分かったのはカリモスっていうのはキャバットみたいなやつじゃあその命令の内容とは何でしょう
I fear we are off the edge of the map and into the domain of monsters. Master Entrati never completed his final project, the vessels. The sequence dictates they cannot awaken before the sleeper does. Do you hear that? Let us hope the sleeper isn't troubled by such strangeness. Find them.
これ生き物なの？一体何を研究しとった？まあおおよそ見当はつくような気もするけど。眠れるものを探す。なんか食らった。腐食？どうした？いや、なんか素材があるからつい。
Necromex, poor abandoned things, still faithfully following Master Entrati's last command, to defend. Show mercy, Tenno, and them.
大して脅威ではない。ヘリオスついてくればよかったな。
Master Entrati called it the Void.
エントラティさんはボイドタング
He feared it was meaningless.
主様には
And feared more
これに意味がない
that
こ
it
とを
was
知ろう
not.
し、
That
そこです。
was
その
like
本
a
は
diary to Master
日
Entrati.
誌のようなもので
This
彼の漫画
grimoire.
間違いなくそこに
No
その
doubt
時
it
その
holds the
シーク
secrets of
レ
the
ットに書かれています
Vessos
ちょっと書い
and
て
of the Kalimo sequence. Take it, Tenno. Grimoire is very active. It is reading you.
少女メーカーで書いてある電撃を強いね
I confess it galls me slightly to see a compendium of
知識の
knowledge
集
used
積
as
を
a
どこかで
weapon.
使われるのは
That
い
means
らずしいです
master.
が背に腹を
We need be in no doubt of your skill, at
あ
any
なたの技
rate.
術を疑われています まだ上に道上がっている なんか消えた
A monstrous danger
恐
these
るべき脅威で
lands.
すこの研究
Better
所は
off sealed.
封印した方がいい
We can only
眠れ
hope
る
the
もの
sleeper
の
has been untouched by this vast horror, this
大いなる無
great
関心で
indifference. I ask too much of you, Tenno. These horrors must be stopped! If these fragments were to unite... Destroy them swiftly, Tenno! Right.
は
Onward!
い進んでくださいなかなか便利やぞこれ
The next train is arriving. Doors are on the right.
A trap? Master Entrati jealously protected his most adored possessions, be they objects or people.
行ってくださいね
Come.
ものが待って
The sleeper awaits.
The Kalimo sequence has begun?
彼のシークエンスが始まったのか。
Did he
あの方
send
が
you?
吹き込んだのか。
Is he?
彼は。いや、そんなはずはない。
No. No, of course he didn't. That would be impossible.
不可能。
This is,
これは
well,
ロイド。
Lloyd,
オリジナル。
the original.
暗号中枢無傷に頼む
All emotional centers very much intact.
これがロイド。
Did you have a
よく
good
眠れ
sleep?
ましたか？
Ah,
これは
the
アルベルジとか作った
Necroloid
ネク
might
ロロイド
have
を
right
私
I
に
made,
話し
so
合い
that I
として
might
残
have
された。
assistance and company.
こ
Perhaps
れがあ
that
れば
made
さっ
it
きのロイドに言ったのでしょう。
easier for him to leave. Resume your duties.
任務を再開しなさい。建造。
Resume your duties,
任務を再開
construct.
しなさい。
Please follow me.
ついてきてください。
This is a tenor,
ボイドの孤児であ
an
り、
orphan of the void. Continuing the struggle our master abandoned.
A tenor. A deserter, presumably. Is it not aware there's a war going on? So, the war too is just a memory now.
お前の時間はいつ決まってるの？なんでまたおるかみたいな。
Tenor, while Lloyd completes
ロイ
his
ドが調査を終わら
inspections,
せるまでに
you'd
カビア
better
に
meet
向かった
the
方がいい。
Cavia,
暗黒時
a
代の
reminder of darker times. Though Master Entrati always hoped the awaited operator would be able to
エントロディザー
understand
を持
them.
っていたと。というわけで、一旦ここで区切りましょうか。検査済みカビアを調べるから続きいきましょう。じゃあ一旦休憩。バイバーイ。